about failure?
You do not find good men right. Very watched out. Have not. They're dead.
I'm like him. Catch me. Just
Time. And a minute. You do not find.
you do not know. What about
And a minute. Have gone.
what about you? Things are now in motion.
We do not.
You do not know pain. You do not know
This is
you.
I'm gonna.
Catch me. First Tetris.
As time. And a minute. You do not find.
Just he threw down my enemy.
Have gone.
What about you? Things are now in motion.
We do not.
You do not know pain. You do not know
This is
you.
I'm gonna.
Catch me. Just
Time. And a minute. You do not find.
you do not know you. What about
And a minute. Clues 500. We do not stop riding. When you mean. This.
catch me? First Tetris.
As time. And a minute. You do not find.
Just he threw down my enemy.
Clues 500. We do not stop riding.
What about failure?
You do not find good men right. Very watched out. Have not. They're dead.
I'm like him. What about failure?
You do not find good men right. Very watched out. Have not. Clues 500. We do not stop riding. When you mean. This. Clues 500. We do not stop riding. When you mean. This.
What about failure?
You do not find good men right. Very watched out. Have not. They're dead.
I'm like him. What about failure?
You do not find good men right. Very watched out. Have not. They're dead.
I'm like him. Catch me. Just
Time. And a minute. You do not find.
you do not know you. What about
And a minute. Have gone.
what about you? Things are now in motion.
We do not.
You do not know pain. You do not know
This is
you.
I'm gonna.
Catch me. First Tetris.
As time. And a minute. You do not find.
Just he threw down my enemy.
Have gone.
What about you? Things are now in motion.
We do not.
You do not know pain. You do not know
This is
you.
I'm gonna.
Hey guys, how's it going? See if I can get all this sound going. There we go. I do that so well. Always fun setting up new stuff, right? As soon as I actually pull this thing up full screen, I see I've got a message or two already. I mean, I guess I could just go over it. Ah, Lloyd Jacobs. How you doing, man? I think we're gonna do a little Damascus today. I've got some 1095s, 15 and 20. Just getting everything all situated. What's up? Looks like there's somebody from Brazil. How you doing? Oh. Let's see. Safety glasses, probably a good thing. Gotta do some cutting here. It is 95 degrees right now here in Pennsylvania. And of course, it's probably about 89% humidity. So it's definitely not a dry heat. See how cooperative this wants to be for me today. A bit of pressure build up in there. There you go. Just let that go for a minute or two. It'd be really nice if I could go ahead and open up this back door. But unfortunately, the sun shines right inside there and launches out this entire first camera, so I will suffer for the sake of making it look better. So how's that for a piece of 15 and 20? Obviously, I've been hacking at this one for a couple of months. Let's see, our 1095 should be 1.25, but I'm going to double check that. Yep, 1.25. So what do you think? Should we just start out really simple today? I gotta move that outplaying list. Let me do that really quick, because William Jacobs, I can't see exactly what you're saying because it's blocked. That's quick. There we go, that should fix it. absolutely, man. We're finally doing classes again. I had to shut down, obviously, during the whole quarantine thing. And I have a bunch of rescheduled classes that I need to get going. However, my only restriction right now is I still have yet to get an official word on what's happening with my daughter in schooling. From everything that I've heard, it sounds like she's going to school full time. This is her first year, so she's going to kindergarten. But their district is 5 days a week, and we just didn't know if that was going to happen, if it was going to be online, and if she was going to be staying with me 4 or 5 days every week, or if how we're changing up that schedule. But yeah, I mean, I've yet to actually hear the official word, but it does sound, from what I've heard from one of the school board members, it seems like she's going back to school, or going to school full time. This porch is going to be a bear this morning. This afternoon. Today's maybe. Oh, I have a little bit too much build-up pressure in the water here. I should have turned it off in the tanks last night. So now I'm just playing a fun balancing game here. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, I guess everyone, every parent is being particularly screwed right now as far as the whole school thing goes. But the big problem, for us is, hey, my wife and I aren't together anymore. Address the whole scheduling thing now. As soon as I get a letter in front of me from the school district telling me for certain what's going on, then I know what's going on in my own life. And I guess you're kind of the same way. Oh man, your wife's a bus driver? Yeah. So, where are you located? You said you're an hour southeast of me. Down in Chester County? I'm going to turn off my microphone here really quick while I'm going to do a little bit of cutting, and I figure you guys probably don't want that loud noise going on. So. There we go, that should be off. Not hearing myself. Okay, that was the wrong button. Okay, now my mic's back on. Okay, Radio Maryland Live on now Delta. By the way, you're checking this out on YouTube, I take it. Looks like that's what that icon is. That's awesome. I'm trying to get this restream thing going. So I'm actually streaming on Twitch and on YouTube all at the same time. With Twitch, it's nice because I can monetize my streams a lot easier than I can with YouTube. YouTube has some astronomical numbers that they want you to reach first, and that's probably just not possible at this moment. Whereas Twitch is like you need 50 followers, so obviously I want to try to build up the Twitch following, but I know that I've got several thousand subscribers on YouTube, so it's kind of nice to include them. So, I'm just going to do is start out with a simple 4-piece Damascus. 2 pieces of 1095, 2 pieces of 15 and 20. And my starting billet's only 5 inches long. I'm really only looking to get one knife out of this. However, what I am going to do is I'm cutting one of the pieces at 1095 at 5 inches. I'm going to cut the second piece at 6 inches. And the reason for that is I'm just going to use that as a handle. Hope all my cameras are set up right. Yeah, you can see what I'm cutting there on the top middle camera. Looks like our other camera there kind of, what the heck happened? Back. There we go. Right now, my the camcorder, Canon camcorder that I have been using for many years for recording here at the shop, decided that it was going to start overheating on me. Go figure, I guess it's because it's summer, and so I have to use my Nikon DSLR. But it times out every 28 or 30 minutes, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm really gonna try one of those cheap, like $60 Chinese camcorders, I think. Perfect for here in the shop. Who cares what happens to it if you knock it over? We're gonna cut some more, so I'm turning the mic off. this whole live streaming thing from the shop takes off, by all means, I will have to get one of those cool little Elgato screen decks. So I can just fit all my, put all my buttons on there and then just have it somewhere here in the shop where all I have to do is hit a key and the whole scene changes as I need it to. But hey, I'm a blacksmith. The fact that I'm actually able to get this technology up and running in the first place, I think it's pretty damn impressive. Cool, I'm just going to hit these quick on the grinder, which of course, and then turn the main mic off. So what I want to do is I just want to take the oxidation off these bars. They've just been sitting for a while. Let's grab a small clamp. And now I'm just going to give these things a really quick tack with the welder. I say close your eyes, but I don't think the camera picked this up. One side here where that 15 and 20 connects. Put just a quick few little tacks here. Just because it's so thin, once it goes into the heat, it's going to bow out. little surface tags. These are not, they don't need to hold very long. There you go. Close enough for government work. Hot, so I will resist here to pick it up with my bare hands. Hey, Dwayne! Why was I welding without eye protection? Well, I wasn't actually looking at my weld, and quite frankly, I was just doing a few little surface tags there. That was not welding by any means. That was just a little zip and done. So, by the way, Wayne, I'm gonna be doing a lot of welding here, but it's all forge welding, and I won't be wearing a face shield for that either. So. Yeah, you know, when you put on a full face shield and it's so dark, you're trying to line up for tacks. Even my son, who, you know, that's what he does for a living, he welds up propane tanks in place, and you know, all the little superficial tacks just to get it to hold together. It's turn your head, hit the button, you know. I guess with some of those auto darkening ones, they probably work okay. But I haven't really found one that I like all that much. My welding flux out. Debating how I want to go ahead and go about setting these welds. I think we're going to use the hydraulic press. Let's see. That brush, flux tongs. Now we play the waiting game. Going to increase the pressure here on the forge. A little difficult. I normally do it by sound, but I've got earbuds in, so my hearing is really blocked. Yeah. Great guy. You know, I've heard good things about him. I tried one of the $40 Harbor Freight ones, or $60, whatever it was, and man, it worked great for I don't know the first couple of weeks. And maybe I'm just hard on equipment, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I broke that rather quick. So there we go. We've got our steel. I just want to brush off any oxidation that's happening here in the forge. Now to protect it from further oxidation, just a little bit of sodium tetrachlorate. AKA borax, 20-year-old tea, you can find it in your supermarket, the laundry aisle. Hey, I'm not knocking Harbor Freight, babe. I play the Harbor Freight roulette all the time. One of the things I found is I've really been impressed with their air tools. Not necessarily by their performance, but boy, when I break a $20 air tool from Harbor Freight, I'm not upset about it, and I go buy another one, which is a lot different than the stuff that comes off the Snap-on truck. It's just, you know, for certain things, I'm not going to pay $380 for the Snap-on version of a die grinder. And I know I'm just going to use it. Yes, I know Snap-on's going to replace it, but at the same time, Harbor Freight's 10 minutes away. You know, Snap-on truck only comes by when I call or, you know, they need money, I guess. Turn on the hydraulic press. I hope this doesn't pour out the mic. I'm not really getting the pressure out of this one. I picked up more hydraulic fluid. I need to put it in. But the pain in the ass about everything is that I have to actually climb behind the hydraulic press. And that's just not something I want to do. The fill port is on the very back of the pump underneath here. And so yeah, the only way to do it is from behind. You know, I just broke my Harbor Freight freight detailer. I got ducks a couple of weeks ago, and I built a duck hut, and somehow it was the last nail I needed to put in, and it just misfired, and it's all jammed up now. I'm pretty sure I can probably fix it with a pair of dikes, but. You know, instead of using the hydraulic press, I'm gonna use the rolling mill here. I just need to set the weld, and I just want to be gentle about it. Set my weld with this all the time, but One of these days I'm actually going to re-secure it properly to the ground. But what's nice about it is I can just turn that around. Yep. Now I'm just refluxing the other side, go back into the heat. What's cool about a rolling mill is that the rolling mill only elongates steel, it doesn't widen steel, whereas the hydraulic press and the mechanical hammer, when they impact, they widen out the steel in addition to making it longer. The rolling mill, just the action of it, it forces it to only elongate it, doesn't widen anything. So it's really nice when you get your billet down to width that you want, and you're just working on the thickness, you can just roll it under the rolling mill. It's a little bit of a slower operation, but it gives you a lot nicer control. So once we're asked about this, go. This is going to be my last time fluxing this, I think. At least until I do a upright pass power hammer, size. You get a little chime that goes off every time you guys send a message. I built this rolling mill probably about 15 years ago. I think there's a YouTube video of me using it. It's probably along with my the hydraulic press. But I looked at Norm Macdonald's plans for his design and kind of came up with my own plans. Sort of copied his idea. He's a guy in Australia. It's a really cool tool. I definitely, again, that thing's 15 years old. I really want to build another one. Is what I want to do. I want to go heavier on the rollers. It's got enough power to it. But I'd like to go heavier on those rollers and a little bit more precise as far as how I can control the depth of those dies, and maybe even put a digital readout on there just to measure what my thickness is. And you can see that over the years, this thing, my top die has really repositioned. Unfortunately, I have everything welded together. It's rather impatient that I didn't feel like bolting things together. So the only way for me to move this back over is to cut all these welds off and then put this back under the bearing press and move that around. But I've got a plasma CNC table here in the shop, so building another one, I'd almost like to figure out a way to do it more benchtop style. Well, what's cool, it's just a third of a turn down here on the feed screw. If a lot of adjustment. Now, if I was doing a much bigger billet, you know, starting out with like 16 layers or something, I would definitely have used the hydraulic press to set the welds. I don't think I want to go super high layer on it. As a matter of fact, my apprentice Mac is doing stuff at like 32 to 64 layers, and it actually looks kind of cool. So I'm just messing around today, you know, trying to actually do something, but nothing that I had to do. It's nice to do what you love to do, but relax while you're doing it instead of feeling pressure. You know, I'll still end up selling this piece, but I don't need to finish it today. Be right back, guys. Need to grab a bottle of water. I don't know if Jeremy's watching along on my buddy Jeremy Eichelberger's watching along here on YouTube or not. But yes, Jeremy, I know I said beer wrong. Hey, hello, Germany. You know, Dwayne, a Trado hammer is a little easier to build, but the question is, what do you want to use it? You know, what do you want to use it for? Trado hammers, most of the guys that I've seen them use them successfully are guys who do repoussé work. You know, where they're actually essentially using sculpting tools and shaping, you know, lighter metals underneath it, like copper or brass. It's like tooling. Otherwise, I've never seen anyone successfully use a Trado hammer in forging in any way that's ever impressed me. Mechanical hammer or an air hammer is definitely the way to go. Speaking of hammers, what's really nice there with the mechanical hammer is just the amount of variable control I get. Like, This power hammer here, I have an industrial scrapyard next to the forge here, and so my neighbor just lets me go over and find what I want. And I was walking through and I found a forklift tire, and I was like, wow, this thing weighs about 40 pounds. I take it off the flywheel, and it was essentially all inspired off me using a forklift tire as a flywheel, and I came up with the rest of the design for it. It looks really similar to like a Clay Spencer tire hammer. However, the operation of it is totally different. It's all belt pulley driven, like a Champion or even a Little Giant. Oh boy, if I had to choose between a power hammer or a hydraulic press, if I could only fit one in the shop, the hydraulic press definitely. I can do so much with a hydraulic press that I can't necessarily do with the power hammer without a lot of modification. And it's a little slower in operation with the hydraulic press, but the versatility far outweighs that. It's nice, guys. I'm glad I'm getting to do a little bit of Q&A. Last night I was in the shop and just doing a few adjustments on the stream, and I had to heat treat a tomahawk that I was doing. And I realized that all I'm doing here in the shop is I'm standing around talking to myself, which is kind of a bad habit, I think. Yeah, here in the States, though, finding that 100 kg Sherman and air hammer, pneumatic hammer, is probably going to be a little rough. Doesn't look like my camera's. Oh, there it is. Now it reset. Yeah, I'm using a 30-ton hydraulic press, and it has served me quite well for many years. I would like to build a 100-ton press. I don't need to, but I'd like to, if that makes sense. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. I'm using a shotgun mic right now on the other side of the shop. Yes, talking to yourself is very good counseling. Just, oftentimes late at night when I'm in here in the shop, I'm drinking a beer. From what I've been told is anyone who's sitting there drinking beer or talking to themselves probably has some issues. So. I've now switched over to, from the flat side of the dice, over to the drawing side of the dice. I have a set of combination dice I made. And yes, I actually need to redo my die system on the bottom there. One broke and I just did a temporary weld to fix it up during class just the other weekend. And I should have done that before I started today, but I was really not that motivated. Well, I have, personally, I'm right outside of Hershey, Pennsylvania. So, yeah, you've probably heard of that before. I'm like 5 minutes from Hershey. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends as far as the delay goes. I think if you're closer to the server that I'm using to stream from, it probably is not as much. But these cameras above my head are also IP cameras, and so they're totally out of sync. Oh, Dwayne, you're in Carlisle. Nice. I was just in Carlisle the other day. I spent a lot of time down at War College. I said, you guys on from Germany? That's, I can't read the name just because it's so far away. I'm not getting old, it's just, I think the font's a little, I must have said the font's too small. Nice, Dwayne. Yeah, I had a teacher who was in high school. He was retired Air Force, and he and I used to go over there and play racquetball all the time. And pretty much every Friday and Saturday, I think was probably spent there. Looks like I'm fairly consistent there on my riches. Yeah, so William and Dwayne, I don't know how hot it is for you guys, but being here in the shop, when it's 95 outside, that my original idea was just to come down here at 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight at Forge, and then for some odd reason I got a weird bug up my butt and said, I want to do this instead. Wait, I normally do have a piece of fireprint back that board, but I mean, if you go back and watch, I set that board well really very easily. But it also depends on, the higher your carbon content on your steel, the lower the melting point, so the lower the welding temperature. So if I was trying to forge weld two pieces of mild steel together, yeah, that would be a real pitch. I'd have to block off the back of it, but for what I'm doing, it worked just fine. But yeah, when I'm doing really big, massive pieces, I find that blocking that off really tends to hold in that heat. And this is a chili forge. This is their single burner, what they call Tabasco, and I had the habanero, which is a 2-burner version of this, and I liked it, but the problem was I really didn't need that second burner, so it just seemed kind of like a waste. Like I was using twice the amount of propane when I didn't need to, and I never really found an advantage to having that second burner. I mean, I've done swords in here 52 inches long, so that's I think that's good enough for me. And I don't do anything really big anymore, so I'm quite happy with the single burner, and it works great for classes. The only thing you gotta watch when you block off the back is you really start expanding that metal, and it will deform on you. But as long as you don't mind it not looking exactly like it did when you got it, it's totally fine, Just one more drawing run on this other end, and we're going to go ahead and pull it down, clean it up. Now the cold forge is right behind me here, back in the corner. I burned that an awful lot during the winter. I also have another much bigger coal forge outside under the roof out there. That one actually is really nice to use. I use it for classes during the summer, mainly because it's just nice to be outside sometimes. And with the roof over top, it blocks that sun from shining down on you. But this year, with our weird schedule as far as classes go, I haven't been running any double classes. Weird, this whole forging on, going live on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. It kind of reminds me of years ago when I was demonstrating blacksmith at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. It's kind of nice. You get that interaction. You get the questions, and it really kills the boredom of just being in here by myself. So I'm going to let that cool down for a few minutes here. Then I'm just going to use a hard disk for my angle grinder, and just going to clean up the two sides of it, measure it out, and cut and restack it. Yeah, William, the only problem with using coal, it's great when I'm by myself and I know what's going on. I know the subtle intricacies of using it, and yeah, I find it, I find it has that whole atmosphere, that nostalgic feel to it. But when I'm teaching classes, the gas forge definitely makes a lot more sense. There's a split second in a coal forge where all of a sudden you have a knife and then you have half of a knife. And if you're not paying attention, that can happen really, really, really fast. And the last thing we want is to have someone have to restart or start over again in class. So, it's just unless I really need to use the cold forge, I do try to avoid it in a class situation. By the way, Dwayne, you were talking about Harbor Freight earlier. My really expensive DeWalt angle grinder died, and I picked up one of these Harbor Freight ones, and wow, it's just what a beautiful thing. I couldn't believe it for $40 or whatever it was on sale. And yes, I know they make a tool to take these off, but that's probably in a drawer behind me, but there we go. Now I've got a nice hard disk on there. What's that? And give that another minute or so. Quite frankly, I could be grinding this while it's red hot. The only thing is because at that temperature, the steel will still oxidize, and so I want it to drop, even though it's going to end up raising as I'm heating it off. But I really kind of want to minimize the amount of oxidation it has. But it does not need to be full to touch in order to clean it up. I guess I should turn that microphone on. Just trying to be considerate for you guys. exactly where that phrase came from. You know, you can easily lose something very, very quick. Yeah, William, you know, as far as I'll definitely do a private class on goal forging. You know, or hell, even if you come and take my weekend knife making class, I can fire up the goal forge specifically for you. You know, it is kind of it's really just about learning fire management. But there's some little tricks you pick up over the years as far as, you know, what you're looking at when you're not really seeing anything. Yeah, this is the one I'm using. The angle grinder that I'm using there, Dwayne, is their Bauer line. I think they're like $59 normally. What I like about this. Here, I'll pull out. I got really used to using this DeWalt right here with that nice extended handle. The problem is that finding these now, I need to change the brushes in it. But finding these now, I mean, gosh, DeWalt wants to make everything with batteries anymore, and finding stuff that plugs in can sometimes just be a pain. But this Bauer is the $60 equivalent, and I was shocked at how good this angle grinder actually is. We've been using it really hard for almost 2 years, and it just takes all the abuse that we throw at it. And that's with a lot of random students here in the forge as well. You know, that I'm not so bad on tools and equipment, but when you let just random people come in and use your stuff, things break down all the time. So I've got about 9.5 inches of usable material there. Maybe I might be able to. I'd say 9. So 9.5. Boy, half doesn't really divide into 3 very easily. But I want to try and get as much out of that as possible. So if I went 3 and an 8. That would take our 4 layers, and then 4 plus 4 plus 4, so that gives us 12 layers altogether, which isn't bad for starting out. If we do that one more time, that'll give us 36 layers. So, and then after 36 layers, I think what I'll do is take another piece of 1095 and forge weld that right down the core. So that'll give us 64 layers with a really nice thick inner core of that 1095. glad I found some way that actually makes music for people to use. That a guy actually through YouTube is doing all the music for our background here. His name's Unique, UNIQ. Definitely some nice electronic ambient music. It's not too harsh. Really good when I turn that microphone off. You're actually still hearing something instead of just complete silence. Oh, there goes that camera again. You guys need to yell at me quicker when that thing goes off. I do have a fourth one of these cameras up top here that I could use, but the latency on them is just trying to get them to all sync up sucks. You're going to do that without using the tool, and even if you are going to do it using the tool, by all means, unplug your grinder first. Don't ask me how I know that. Dwayne, are you talking about the Pennsylvania Artists Blacksmiths Association? Or is there another blacksmith thing going on that I don't know about? I'm going to use this microphone really quick just so I can cut. There we go. Yes, I've got someone else in the shop right now. This Mason. He also uses the shop. At least now it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. Is that or a stream or what do you have going on? What's that? Is this a chat or a stream or what? Yeah. I have to explain to them what's going on. So, essentially, everybody's typing up top here. Okay. And so I have to go read it. Just means every once in a while I have to go get closer to the screen so I can actually see what it says. Yeah, it's all small back here. Sure. Good, so it's not just me. I was feeling like maybe I was getting a little old or something. Yeah. You got a little bit of a delay too. Okay. Well, there is definitely a delay because you're watching the stream version. You're not watching the real time. Alright, so time to tackle these back up. Nice, wait, you know who's put that event on? Just to straighten it out. Set that form in there. Close your eyes, guys. Oh, so what you're saying is I'm actually answering everything way after the fact, I guess. I again, I'm a blacksmith, not a network technician, so by all means, if someone wants to come in here and actually produce a live show for me for free, I will totally let that happen. But until then, it's just one guy setting this stuff up. And the worst part is, I actually have to, I'm using a PC right now, and I'm a Mac guy, so this is really throw me off because I don't know anything about Windows 10. So I've been having audio issues and everything else. It's been a hell of an adventure, but I am not putting a Mac back down here at the shop. That would, especially not out here on the shop floor. I used to have one in the office, but here on the shop floor where I need it, yeah, I'll just use a cheap, this is an HP gaming computer that I've had for probably about 3 years or so and never used. So my intention was to actually put Linux on it. Wow, 6-minute delays. Holy crap. It's like we're bouncing from a server in Germany or something. to our German friends. I don't know if these guys are still here or not. Jason, I don't know if it's going to work too well. I need to top off the hydraulic fluid. So you're not going to get pressure on it. I just have not felt like climbing behind there. Straighten it up. Mr. Jacobs, if you want a video for me, by all means, that's awesome. There's a couple of there are a couple of cool little hardware things I can get that would make this a lot easier. Really replace the 3 cameras I have overhead, which are all running. They're actually just security cameras that I'm piping the IPs into a RTMP or RTSP server. But if I took those and replaced them with some cheap camcorders and ran all HDMI capture into the back of this machine, everything would be 0 latency. And then it's just server issues as far as how delayed everything is. But I guess as long as my stuff is going okay, it really doesn't matter that the chat's delayed by a couple of minutes, unless it's an urgent plea for help or something. Here we go, we've got our cute little billet. Brushing it off. And hit it with some flux here on the sides. A lot of guys go overboard with their flux. The biggest thing to keep in mind is flux is not glue. It's really just there to prevent oxidation and to clean the surface of that steel off a little bit. It's also really detrimental to your gas forge. If you use too much flux, it starts puddling up at the bottom of the forge. It's going to eat that liner away, like Joey's business. That's stripped up. I haven't. But yeah, I need to. What I want to do is I need to pick up some more games that I have been reading. And I need to cut these stuff off, sort of reposition everything back to. When I fix stuff on the fly, that last side, I'm off by about 8 inches. Looks like the weld is set pretty good. One of the ways that you can tell how the weld is set is actually by how it cools down. If everything's cooling down very uniformly, like there's no breaks in between the layers where, say, the top layer is really dark and yet the next two layers are, some kind of orange, that would indicate that we actually don't have a good weld. So I should be able to go ahead and run this under the power hammer now. Almost hot enough to pour a beer out here. Yeah, what do they that or white scale. This is going to take a little bit of time to heat up to that welding temperature just because we're a little bit thicker mass right now. Smooch the like button, huh? Yes, you're right. It is a show for free. All right, let's go check the temperature of this. Probably about another minute yet. No, just for any of you wondering, I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking Miller Lite. Drinking beer, operating heavy equipment would be irresponsible. we've got our second 412 today. So now our building's at 12 layers. I'm going to draw this out one more time. Then we'll go for 36 layers and then do what I was talking about by putting the 1095 down the middle, just give us that nice hard core. And really we're just going for that 64 layer effect. You know, it's a low count Damascus. I like it when I go, you know, 144 layers or, you know, 256 layers, whatever. But, you know, there are certain, there's certain things that can be said about doing something that's low layer. Sometimes that pattern just comes out and, it just looks really nice. The retirement gift to yourself. My entire shop is what I do to fund my retirement. When I feel like quitting or dying, I guess, I get to sell the equipment and hopefully have enough to live off of. But I've been doing this 25 years. And after the whole coronavirus thing, this is the first time I've really thought about going out and getting a real job, just because all my gun shows and outdoor shows are completely gone. There's a whole source of revenue that's just completely dried up, and even classes, for 4.5 months it was nothing but refunding people. Hey, Dwayne, thanks a lot for joining us, brother. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, definitely don't make the wife angry. Just so you know, I'll be going live again tonight, probably 7:30 or 8 o'clock. That would be Eastern Standard Time for those of you in Germany. UTC +5, I guess. So it looks like Mason has a large block of mosaic Damascus that he's going to work on.
It's just layers.
Oh, it's just flat. Okay, never mind. It's not. It is not a. It's not a mosaic bar. We've been working on a lot of mosaic bars over the past couple of weeks, so. I just had to confuse spell with mosaic eventually. going to proactively reset the camera here. Yes, William, I am holding classes now. Essentially, we're only doing 3 people in a class anyway, and it's sort of a self-regulating thing. If you're sick, I want to reschedule again. But if you're healthy, we're healthy, and there's so few people in here. It's not like we have 100 people gathered in this shop. That'd be really tight fits in here. So. But yeah, during the first lockdown, I mean, we were specifically under order that, it's, believe it or not, Governor Wolf said something that tool manufacturing and cutlery manufacturing were no-go operations in Pennsylvania, which I think is a little ridiculous, but, we complied with it, from the very beginning there to, just be safe. I mean, we want everyone to stay as safe as possible, but when all you have is outcome and no income for 4 months, eventually you have to say enough is enough. And I mean, we're open, but on a very small scale. We're not going to be doubling up on classes and having 2 different classes going on at once or 3 different classes over a weekend like we used to do. It's just going to be 1 class at a time, and essentially anywhere from 1 to 4 people. That's about it. if you're interested in classes, I mean, by all means, just go to your search browser thingy, internet, finding device, whatever the hell that's called, and just type in Underhill Forge classes. I'm sure you'll find the information there eventually. Oh, good. There we go. Hi, Jeremy. Enjoy the groovy music. A lot of the classes that are there right now, like I was talking about earlier, just not knowing exactly what's going on with my daughter with school. So the dates there are the ones that I have, are probably the best dates for me at the moment without knowing exactly what's going on. The only thing I don't want to do is schedule a date and find out that, I have to shuffle things around in order to pick her up from school down in Lancaster or, something weird. Like I said, once September actually gets going and I know what's happening with her schooling, then the future becomes a lot more clear. But if there's a weekend where you're not seeing something going on, by all means, you can drop a message and I'll look at it. But there's oftentimes, if it looks as though there's a weekend or two without classes in a particular month, it's because there's actually another class going on. we have our weekend knife making class, a single day blacksmith knife class, which is like a lightning style forging project, and then also a tomahawk class. So three different classes, actually 4 different classes if you count the Damascus class as well, which is essentially an add-on, a Friday add-on for our weekend class. Essentially, what you're doing is what I'm doing right now. You make your own steel, and Saturday and Sunday, we make 2 knives out of that steel. Mr. Eichelberger, I'm so glad that you were able to join us. How are things going in Gettysburg? Hey, brother, we're all in it for the money, you need. Boring as usual, Jeremy. You need more beer. You actually had a decent internet connection down there. I drop off one of these IP cameras and we can forge together. We do a collaborative project over the internet. This is way better than Shark Week. Thank you very much, William. I agree, although, I'm going to be watching Shark Week later on tonight. That's for damn sure. I mean, you got to, right? It's Shark Week. It's just I used to love going to the bar and sitting down with some hot wings and a bunch of cold beer and watching Shark Week on a big screen TV, at the bar. It's just kind of a cool thing to do. But the gun and shooting club that I'm a member of, that used to be my thing. Just go in there and sit in the back room, turn it on. I guess I still could. So back back to the rolling mill. Now I gotta say this whole internet forging thing is so cool. This is like the most social I've been since Jeremy was actually down here at the shop hanging out for a year. Jeremy, we should both start forging firearms. I would love to do some old flintlock stuff. I'd also really like to try my hand at making a crossbow, like a nice 1,200-pound medieval style crossbow with windlass. Hey Mason, you talk too much.
Yeah.
Jeremy said shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's the one to call.
The whole shop is Mike, so he can just be talking when he wants. You know, Mason's that silent type. He doesn't talk unless he has a reason to. I'm surprised we're not getting anyone from Twitch commenting on here. And of course, no one's on our Discord right now. That would just be Nate with access to that. So, but he could be typing in some funny stuff. Whew. Doing Damascus today, Jeremy. And I just want to check something really quick. Just want to make sure this actually works. Cool, it worked. I wanted to make sure that it picked up the playlist again when I changed scenes. They didn't restart the whole thing over again. Figured that was a good time to do it. Plus, you get to see all my cool artistic Photoshop work. But yeah, Jeremy, right now, we're at 12 layers. I'm going to take it up to 64 layers, or actually 65. I'm going to make get it up to, 32 layers, and 32, no, actually it'll be 36, so 72, 73 layers altogether. But essentially, once I get up to 36 layers, we're going to go ahead and forge weld a piece of 1095 down the middle. absolutely correct, Jeremy. One should avoid math at all costs. Stand in front of the camera, Mason. That nice orange shirt, Bill, I can chroma key it out. Then you just be a floating head with arms. Jeremy, how's that sword you're working on? We're not keeping you from it, are we? It's a spy hander. Of course it's going to be big in German. By the way, we have a couple of Germans in the chat room right now. Alright, we're almost in the light by one. It keeps staring at you. Like what? Like you're supposed to work on it? All that fun noise there that was basic running the hydraulic press. I'd say I'd love to, you know, add a camera on the hydraulic press, but and eventually there'd just be too many cameras on screen. And someone earlier mentioned they're like it'd be really nice to have a camera on the anvil. Well, right here, there is a camera on this anvil. It's up in the top left-hand corner. But I get it. It would be nicer to have one a little bit closer, I think. I wanted to leave enough space if I needed to use the hydraulic press today, instead of having it in my walking pad. We're taking that down nice and thick. Here, see how that shows up on that camera. So right now we're probably, I don't know, I guess the common thing to do is talk in millimeters, but I don't speak millimeters that often or that well or fluently. We're a little bit above it, a little bit thicker than an 1/8 of an inch right now. You're angry because you're drinking Irish beer. Are you saying that everyone in Ireland is angry from drinking their own beer? Well, you get what you pay for. Quite frankly, you're getting this for free, so I think this looks a lot better than some people's 4K live streams. Trust me, I've watched some of them, and they're special. Although, quite frankly, I don't see too many people going live with 4K. I see a lot of people going live with hand sanding knives. I see people going live with talking about 4K, but that's about it. There's really, I think, just a handful of guys that have their shop set up to even do something remotely close. Is looking pretty good there, guys. I just want to work on the very end here and this end right here. A couple passes that are going to straighten this whole thing out, and so we can measure it out and see what we're dealing with. Thank you, William. It's just because I'm a nerd. I happen to own a lot of AV equipment. You know, I'm actually kind of shocked that Mr. Tim Rosenberg hasn't jumped in here. it's just neat, like, you know, I'm going to be doing this anyway, so I might as well broadcast it. And, you know, it's gaining an audience, it's gaining Hey, you know, we nerds are the only ones that are going to survive the coming apocalypse, so. Watching all that MacGyver back in the 80s is going to actually pay off.
Yeah, everyone's not as good. So you know what's the
Tonight at 7:30, I'm going to go down to Haven't decided yet. Yeah, I haven't decided what style we're doing. Just put a poll up on YouTube, that's what it should do. And some jackass is going to say, "Karambit."
That's gonna be a dagger.
But it would not be the first Damascus Karambit I've actually forged. So, I've actually got some practice with that one. Some guy in New Jersey with a really nice match set of Damascus Karambits. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Okay, so I'm going to straighten this puppy out. Yeah, William, I'm going to do Forged in Fire before Forged in Fire is on. I just realized it's Wednesday nights, isn't it? I really only ever watch it when I'm extremely bored and looking for the History Channel app. I turned it down a few times, and I've actually, this past December, one of my previous students, Chris, actually won the show. Hey Jeremy, there's for your Kukri Karambit hybrid idea. good, Mason? Jeremy, I like the little beer emoji. That's really cool. Yeah, I was really William. I was proud of Chris. I mean, he's put in a lot of work, and when he first came to the shop, he was super enthusiastic. I was glad to see that he did something with it. For us, I mean, for me personally, it's boy, after taxes and everything, there's really not much money left, and a lot more phone calls and emails that you have to sort through. And from what I understand, it's not really all that great exposure. Chris started out with like 212 followers. I think after the show he was, like 4 weeks after the show he was up to 250 followers. So when they say you're going to get a lot of exposure from doing the show, not so much. Unless, of course, that's our idea of exposure. Cool, well, that looks pretty good. I'm going to grab the tape measure here. See what we're dealing with. So, safely, I'm going to say there is about 10 3/4 inches to work with. Jeremy, you're just being ridiculous, brother. Paul's Edge, Serene, and Kukri for Rabbit Bayonet? My God. Can we make it a hybrid camp knife fillet knife at the same time? I mean, if we just want to do some stock removal, I've got some really thin 15-20 here. That would make a really nice combination fillet knife and machete. Cheers, brother. Thanks for watching from Germany. Jeremy, I actually asked you to come down here today and be in the shop. Look at what all you're missing out on. So let's yeah, still got some heat on there. Just smack it on the anvil a couple of times, that should break off any of that loose oxidation. The big thing, I don't know if the camera here will pick that up, but what we're trying to do is get rid of all this black scale. That's going to stop anything from being able to be forge welded. So we need to remove that. Now I'm running a little dangerous as far as how thin I'm taking the steel, mainly because I don't have a lot of material that I can comfortably grind away to still give us mass for restacking the billet. Jeremy, I see that you said something, but I need to get closer to the screen in order to read it. These damn safety glasses are fogging up, you know. It's really hard to read the fine print on the monitor. You be flipping and in my way. Yes, but you'd be very entertaining on camera. People always go for the little guy. I'm gonna turn off the microphone here while I grind this, just because, well, again, I value your ears. Hey. Alright, so now the microphone's back on for a few minutes. See if there's anything I missed in the chat. Nope, just Jeremy bitching about his back. Yeah. Hey Jeremy, look, it's your favorite hammer. You're leaving me. God. You and everyone else. I see how you are. It's alright, you can watch what you miss on YouTube. Or you can just text me and I'll tell you. You've got that super secret hidden. I mean, you've got my personal phone number. Besides, this is where I actually have to do math. So just under 3 5/8. It's always where it gets interesting. Doing the math, sometimes you just get the math wrong. And, quite frankly, you gotta fuck up. But you gotta learn how to roll with the punches. There's no such thing as fucking up. We call it product redesign. Boy, that steel's actually kind of hot still. So, I'm going to take this and I'm going to do 2 cuts on it. I don't need to worry about trimming the end off yet. What kind of coffee do you have, Jeremy? Probably not real coffee. It's probably watered down espresso. Black Rifle murdered out. How is that? The one I've been drinking from Black Rifle is, what is that, Blackbeard's Revenge? I really like them, and I also really like my dark coffee, so. A hardware store that sells Black Rifle coffee, guns, ammo. Oh, and also hardware. I mean, that's not a bad thing. So it's murdered out really dark, or I think we just need to get them to sponsor the shop. Send us a bunch of coffee that we can drink and give away. If we had a PR person, I'd say they should work on that. I would say Matt Ness would love to sponsor Underhill Forge. Matter of fact, I'd love to get him in here for a class. It'd be awesome. It's your darkest roast, huh? I bet you their darkest roast is great for my darkest hour. I don't know who wired up this shop. I mean, seriously, having to unplug and plug things back in again, it's horrible.
Yeah. They never passed out one day.
Hey, close your eyes, students. George.
Yeah, I thought you were done. I didn't know you were snacking. Did that not stand by?
Oh, I lost audio. We have audio again?
Apparently, so is sound.
Just time. In a minute. You do not know. What about in a minute?
Lose 500.
We do not stop rising. When you meet me. Just Tetris. Just time. In a minute. Just eat through down in a minute.
Lose 500.
We do not stop.
Is there sound?
Just time. In a minute. You do not know. What about in a minute?
Lose 500.
We do not stop rising. When you meet me. Just Tetris. Just time. In a minute.
Okay, so here's the question. Can you hear me? Because I can't. I don't hear anything in my monitor right now. I guess I should. Okay, so you can hear me. Yeah, I guess it's my audio that's all screwed up. Oh well. Huh. Well, I lost audio on my end, Jeremy. I still don't have audio on my end. I don't care. I'm going to work through these difficulties. I'm suffering for my art, damn it. It's just tough when you don't hear what's going on. I should. Maybe grab my. I think these headphones are dead. I think that's what it is. So, let's see. Hey Tim, how you doing, brother? Did these turn on? Of course not. Jeremy, that's not salt. Everyone's going to start thinking you're an idiot for saying that. Although technically, I guess it isn't salt. It is sodium tetraborate. AKA borax. I mean, you know. So, I apologize, Jeremy. You are correct. It is salt of some sort. See? Just when Jeremy wants to get going, Tim pops in. Mason, I need to change that die for like 30 seconds.
No worries.
I just need to set this. That'll be good. Oh. Really, Tim, this is the best thing to watch while best thing to watch while you're supposed to be working. I see how you are. Okay. Now I'm done. Change that time back. Jeremy, this is how you weed out the competition. You just give them something to watch so they can't actually produce anything. So yes, you're absolutely correct. When I invited you here, I wanted you to come hang out today. Guess I'm just gonna have to live without sound. Alright, I'm headed over to the power hammer again. Jerry, stop pretending to actually be productive. You know you'd rather just be here drinking beer. Goodbye, Jeremy. We love you. looks like everything's slowing down for me right now. Streaming for a couple of hours. Just doing some Damascus for later on tonight. That works. Oh wait! Suddenly I have audio back. And video back. Oh my god. I swear to god I hate Windows. It's just really delayed now. Well, I'm going to assume you probably said that about 5 minutes ago, because that seems to be the delay that's here in my headphones. Of course, maybe it's just the delay in my headphones. Maybe you guys don't even have that delay. We have to do a compromise when you're in a blacksmith shop. You know, there's a compromise between how much sound you actually allow to be picked up and how much shouting you do. Because otherwise, this could really hurt you. What I mean by hurt you is on your end, it would just blow your speakers out. I'm glad you're getting it without delay. I can work without delay. I just need to make sure that the audio is still working, even if I'm delayed on it, you know. But yeah, what is said, Out Here 82 or Out Here 82. Sorry, I'm trying to read print that's like this tiny right now. So I'm making Damascus that I'm going to end up using later on for this evening's stream, and we're going to make a night with that. So essentially, I'm doing some hot work right now, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break, relax some, have some dinner, and come back about 7:30 tonight and do it all over again. Jason.
Right there. What?
I just really want to roll this filling out. And then this evening, we'll go ahead and make the final filling. William, hey, it was great having you here in the shop. I hope to see you in person sometime. Thanks for hanging out for the few hours that you did, man. will say it's nice to see someone from Twitch on here. It's good to see that our Twitch and Twitch/YouTube/Discord interweaving is all working. Almost at a stopping point in the afternoon. That's good. I guess I've been going about 3 hours straight on this. But I gotta check my fuel levels. Possibly re-up on that and have some lunch, take a well-needed break, maybe even get a nice cool shower. Then at 7:30, we're going to finish up this billet and make a knife from it. I haven't decided what type of knife we're going to make out of it yet, but on the other side, and I think we're good. Just need to straighten it out. We're ready to go back later tonight. Evening's broadcast. Gotta say, I'm dying here wearing jeans, but I've seen, plenty of other guys forging in shorts, and hell, for many years I forged in a kiln. But I really don't think it's, so I've had too many hot pieces of metal go down my boots. Looks good. So now we're just going to take this. You can see it in that camera down here. We're just going to take this and straighten it out, and I'm going to let it cool down. And we can come back this evening. We're going to make that into a blade. Again, I haven't decided what, so feel free to comment. I'll check the YouTube comments and the comment after the fact on but I'll check all the comments that I can, and somebody has a suggestion other than Jeremy Eichelberger's Kukri Karambit combo hybrid, whatever the hell he's talking about. Video seems to be dropping on me, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with me on the camera. Oh, there we go. Oh wait, no, I forgot. There's a huge delay for me, so I fixed it. I fixed it as soon as I noticed it. Alright, let's finish this thing. Guys, we're at 36 layers. Yeah, we're going to cut this in half. So we're going to have 2 layers of 36, and then we're going to go ahead and sandwich a piece of 1095 down the middle. So essentially, we're creating sand mine with Damascus on the outside, which is not sand mine at all. But that's something else to wrap your brain around. But tonight at 7:30, I'll be back. And we're going to finish that knife up. We're finish up the billet and make it into a knife. So, thanks again, guys, for watching. Really appreciate every single one of you being here. All of you on Twitch, all of you on YouTube. The one person that could actually comment on Discord, or however you say it, I don't know. It's really hot. I'm really tired. I need to go take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in about 3.5 hours or so, guys, and see See you soon.
Just time. In a minute. You do not find. You do not know. What about in a minute?
Lose 500.
We do not stop riding. When you mean first Tetris. Just time. In a minute.
You do not find.
Just speed through down when the enemy.
Lose 500.
We do not stop riding. What about there?
You do not find. Good man, right? Very watched out. Have not.
What about there?
You do not find. Good man, right? Very watched out. Have not. Lose 500.
We do not stop riding. When you mean
Lose 500.
we do not stop riding. When you mean what about there?
You do not find. Good man, right? Very watched out. Have not.
What about there?
You do not find. Good man, right? Very watched out. Have not.
Just time. In a minute.
You do not find.
You do not know. What about in a minute? What about things are now in motion? We do not. You do not know. Hey, you do not know.
I'm gonna.
First Tetris. Just time.